It's time for our third installment of Center Ice here with Coach Cav. You seem to be making that seat your home.
I like being here, Emily.
Well,
it's nice.
We like having you. Now, we first off want to congratulate you for your first ever win as a Husky this weekend against Army. We saw Jordan Sims give you the game puck in the locker room after. What was it like for you to get your first win here at UConn?
I was just really excited for the team. It was more about, we had played 3 tough games against Minnesota State and against Union, and we hadn't been able to get a win yet. So I was more excited for the team than I was personally getting that win.
Let's break down that game a little bit. You went ahead 2-0 in that first period. Army tied it up 2-2 in the second, but you guys finished strong to end 4-2 on the game. Trevor Gerling had 2 goals and 2 assists, was involved on every goal. Can you take us through that game a little bit?
Yeah, I thought we started excellent. We came out with a lot of energy and jump. When you get that 2-0 lead, sometimes you get complacent, and for sure I thought we were complacent in the second period, and part of that also was because Army turned up their game a little bit. And they compete hard, and every shift, I know a Brian Riley coach team is going to give you everything they have. So they made a game of it in the second period, and I was proud of the way our guys came out, though, in the third period, and were able to win that period and win the game.
And we have to talk about Captain Billy Latta, who we will have later on the show. He did have his 4th goal of the season in that game, but we have to talk about that empty netter with the clock ticking that he missed over the top. What the heck happened there?
Well, I know you have Billy coming in later on, so I think I'll let him answer that question for you. It was something I've never seen before. He was pretty close to the net when he missed it, but I'll let him answer that question.
Well, he definitely made up for it the next night against Sacred Heart with 2 goals in your 4-2 win. As a team, you had 3 power play goals, which we love to see. What did you like about that Sacred Heart game?
Well, getting back to Billy, he's an excellent power play guy. He really knows how to shoot the puck and put himself in position to shoot the puck, and he scored 2 highlight reel goals against Sacred Heart, especially that 4th one, which kind of gave us a little insurance in the third period. That was not an easy goal to score because it was a rebound that went off a guy's skate right to him, and if you're not ready for that puck, it's going to be in your feet. You won't get that puck off as quickly as he did, because the goalie almost got over and got it, but because Billy one-timed it so quickly and went in the net.
And that power play team has gotten better and better throughout the season. What do you like about that group that makes them so successful?
Well, Mike Souza is running the power play. That's his department, and I think he's doing a fantastic job getting those guys to play together as a unit. When you see successful power plays, they share the puck, they shoot the puck, but most of all, it's not one person trying to control the whole power play. He's got them playing together as a unit.
And in that Sacred Heart game, we also saw the debut of freshman goalie Robbie Nichols, who had 30 saves, played really well. Why the decision to play the freshman, and what did you think about his performance?
Well, I thought Robbie had an excellent week of practice. He worked very hard, and in some of our special teams practices where he's the goaltender against the power play, I thought he came up with some really good saves during the week, and I thought he earned an opportunity to start on Saturday night, and he did a wonderful job.
All right, so you'll have this weekend off then, and you'll return to action next week to take on Holy Cross and Bentley before you head up to Boston to take on BU. What can we expect from those games?
Well, I still haven't seen Holy Cross on tape yet, so I'll get a chance to watch them. But I think it'll be a good week for us to work on our fundamentals, maybe some position-specific work. It's nice when you have a little bit of a break and you don't have to prepare for another opponent right away on Friday. And then Saturday we'll take a day off, go support Ray Reid's soccer team.
Nice.
Playing against SMU. And then we'll get back to it Sunday, Monday, prepare for Holy Cross. But Paul Pearl's been an excellent coach in this league. You know, it wasn't long ago when they upset Minnesota in the national tournament, so he certainly knows what he's doing. He's experienced, and I expect his team to come out the same way they always have. And then we'll move on to Bentley, which will be, I think, the last game of our 5 games at home, and then on to BU. But we're just in the business of taking one game at a time, so we'll focus all our energy on Holy Cross.
Well, I know Husky fans have been loving seeing you guys get those W's, so we're looking forward to next week and continue on.
All right, thanks, Emily.
All right, now let's take a look back at highlights from Army and Sacred Heart. We are joined now by senior captain Billy Latta. Welcome to the show, Billy.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks for having me.
All right, I know you've already gotten it from your teammates, but we can't talk about anything else until we talk about a certain play from Friday night. I know you know which one I'm talking about. That wide open, missed, empty netter. What went through your head when that happened, and how much heat have you been getting for it?
It wasn't easy walking back into the locker room after the game, especially since the line mate Jordan Sims took a pretty big hit to make the pass. I usually don't have any trouble in breakaways, but just he looked up and had a lot of net to shoot at, and somehow managed to miss the net.
Just too much room to look at. Well, whether or not your teammates can cut you some slack, we'll let it slide as you earn 3 goals on the weekend. And you and Jordan Sims are now leading the team in points. As far as your personal goals go, is this season getting off to the kind of start that you hoped it would?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've definitely, Simmer and I have played together for a while now, and for us to both to be contributing as seniors is really good for the team, and especially, when we do win the games like we did this past weekend, feels good to contribute. But I think it was important that everyone contributed this past weekend.
And you're part of that dynamic power play line that has been so successful, especially this weekend. Coach Cavanaugh complimented the line earlier on the show. What do you like about that power play line?
We talked about it in practice, and power plays, might not score every game, but if you do score once a game, you have a pretty good chance of winning. And good power plays, I think, score when it's most important. We were able to do that, and one of the emphasis of our games has been special teams, and ironically, we won special teams on both nights, so we were able to get the win.
Always good to see. And now you have Holy Cross and Bentley coming up before you take on Boston University. What do you feel like you guys need to do as a team to continue notching those W's?
We still have a lot to learn. Obviously, we did get 2 wins this weekend, but there's, it wasn't, our potential that we reached, and there's still a lot to learn. We need to continue to grow, play better 5-on-5, and actually play a full 60 minutes has been one of the, goals for each game.
Okay, Billy, now we want to know a little bit more about the man behind number 16. Can you give us your background, where you're from, tell us a little bit about your family, other sports you played, anything Husky fans would like to know about Billy Latta?
I'm from Westchester, Pennsylvania. It's a suburb about 40 minutes outside of Philadelphia. My mom and dad both grew up in Westchester as well. They both went to the same high school. My dad works for a trucking company right outside Philadelphia, and my mom is a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 sisters. Becky, who also lives in Westchester now, Molly, who's applying to different PA schools, looking to get back into school, and sister Sarah, who lives out in San Francisco, works for Williams-Sonoma. I went to high school in Westchester all 4 years. I also played lacrosse in the spring on top of off-season training for hockey.
All right, well, very nice. We like getting a little background on all of our players. And now we've been able to see you be successful in the power plays, but we want to see if you can get it done in our game called Light the Lamp. All right, we're going to hit you with a series of questions, and you have to give us the first answer that comes to mind. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. Which teammate would you want to be your partner on a physical challenge TV show?
I'm going to have to say Cody Sherb. His nickname is Meat. And in Mankato, I remember Coach Sousa talking about him and looking at him in the locker room. Probably the first time you saw him really without a shirt on, and said, geez, he really looks like a linebacker.
So he'd be good to have as a partner.
Perfect.
Okay, nice. Besides the empty netter, what is the thing that your teammates make fun of you for the most?
It's my height, probably, for being so tall.
We saw Brant Harris talk about that earlier on the season. Okay, who on the team is the best dancer?
Best dancer? Again, I'll probably go with Cody Sherb. He always seems to come into the locker room out of nowhere, dancing around to whichever song is playing at any point in time during the day.
Okay, fun guy to have around. All right, who is the worst dancer?
Worst dancer? Gonna have to go with Tom Communal. He always ends up with his shirt either off or backwards or something, but you'd probably go with Tom on that.
Some kind of interpretive dance there. Yeah. Okay, last question. What is one thing that you want Husky fans to know about fellow captain Brant Harris?
Well, Brant, the last couple of years, has spent his summers in a few different places in Canada, and this most recent summer, he was up in Canada, and he actually worked as a beekeeper and he wore one of those full space suits so he wouldn't get stung. But on his first day, I think he got stung 26 times and quit pretty quickly in the future.
Well, yeah, I suppose that would steer you away. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Billy. We're loving seeing you perform so well early in the season. We're looking forward to the rest of the season with you.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks for having me.
All right, the Huskies have 2 home games next week against Holy Cross on Tuesday the 12th and Bentley on Friday the 15th. Both games are at 7:05. And then the Huskies will head up to Boston to take on BU on Sunday the 17th.
Yeah, we'd love to see the fans there, too. They've done a great job so far this year, and we'd like to continue to see their support.
Thanks for tuning into the show with Billy Latta. I'm Emily Noonan for Huskies All Access. That's all from Center Ice.